Hello, welcome to Just Go With It. My name is Ben. That is Jared. We went to the theaters and we just watched Kung Fu Panda 4. Jared, we actually went to the theaters for this one.
We did.
I love the Kung Fu Panda series. This is kind of my baby. What did you think?
I liked it.
I gotta pull up my notes. Hold on.
What?
I made notes, but I gotta pull up my notes.
Okay. So let me be clear.
Okay.
I didn't love it.
Okay.
But I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay.
This is kind of hard because I'm like trying to do everything without spoilers. But like, do you want to go first into details? Do you want to go like what you didn't like or what you did like about it? I'm curious. I want to know your thoughts because, like you said, this is your baby. You know?
Yeah. Okay, I'll keep it vague because it is still in theaters. We'll let you guys know when we do spoilers. So I feel like it is a solid conclusion to Poe's story. It was pretty clear. The trailers even made it clear that he was like training successor. That was in the trailers. So this feels like a nice wrap up to his story. I honestly I thought it was pretty decent. I didn't think it was. I feel like it was like second tier. So second one top tier. This is second for me out of all the movies.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I'll get into why later. But that's why I rank it among the Kung Fu Panda movies. There are a few things that I'm upset about. That I'm like characters I didn't see, things I wish I would have saw, kind of conclusions I wish I would have learned more about. The story felt a bit strange because it was about Poe, but not about Poe. It was kind of I don't know, and it's really hard to talk about this without not talking about spoilers. Oh my goodness!
I know. Okay, so one thing I want to say first, which this is not a spoiler, I wasn't crazy about the villain. I felt like the villain. I felt like the villain had nowhere near enough development time. There was like a whole huge chunk of the movie where she was not in, and I was like, this feels like the Tai Lung thing again. Like Tai Lung's cool, you know, but he's not in the movie a lot. They don't give him a lot of development.
Yeah.
Hence why I love Lord Chen and Kai. I felt like they both had reasons for doing what they were doing and they had good motivation, you know, even though they were the bad guys, they still had like a reason for being a bad guy. Whereas this lady, she's just like, I just want power, you know, like I just want to take over China and I just want to take over everything and nobody, okay, well, I won't say why because I just realized like I don't want to get into spoilers, but I wasn't crazy about her. I feel like she was the weakest of the four villains.
Yeah.
I will say, I did like the new character. I forget her name. Is it Zen or something?
Zen. Yes, Zen.
Yes.
I got confused. I was like, are they saying Shen again? But no, it is Zen with a Z.
Yeah, and I liked her. I did. At first,
I like her a lot too.
A little hectic, but like, I liked her. I also love seeing Master Shifu again.
Yes.
He's so much fun, man. I love some of his lines in this movie. Like, he's great.
I love how they kept Lee in there. They're like his dad.
Yes.
How Lee and Ping?
Ping. Yeah.
Ping. How they're not. But it was like a weird like gay dad relationship.
Yeah, no, I know.
Even though they're not. It's like a dad
like, I love
and like
my
adoptive father.
I was like, this is like
okay.
Weirdly, yeah.
But it's not. But it almost is. It's so funny. I'm just like,
good for you guys. You know, like, yeah.
It was just the energy between these two. They're just like best friends at this point. They're like they have this common like Poe that they're both freaking out about. That they're just like, okay, we gotta take care of this like this son of ours. So we are so pedestrian, yet this son is doing such like crazy things, yet we're like,
he's the dragon freaking warrior. Yeah,
we're normal dudes trying to like take care of our son that we love. It's just a pain, you know. I love their dynamic together.
Yeah, I will say and this isn't really a spoiler because they kind of hinted at it in the trailer. I was upset not seeing the Furious Five. Like, five
Yeah.
main characters not being in the movie kind of sucked. Like, and I like a lot of them. Like, I freaking love Mantis, dude. I wanted some Mantis lines.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, they were there at the end, but not really like as a whole thing.
yeah,
Kind of like
yeah,
an end credit thing. But they weren't really in the movie.
yeah.
So.
Should we go ahead and do worth your time and get into
Yes,
spoilers?
please, because I struggle not talking about this movie. Okay,
Okay.
worth your time. You go first. I want to know what you think.
So this is the fourth movie in the series. If you've made it through the trilogy and you want to see more, yes, it's worth your time. But I wouldn't say any other way. I don't think if you don't love this series, this is kind of just like standard middle of the road for me. But I will say if you made it through the series, you made it through the first three, you know those are incredible. Go ahead and watch the fourth one. It's good. You know, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
All right, I want to hear yours.
Honestly, I'm kind of right there with you, and this is becoming as a fan of the series. If you this was the only movie you watched, you'd be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like even like a second movie, my favorite. It's like okay, you kind of get like explanations throughout it of what's happening, and the second movie, even though it is a little bit, you know, doesn't show you everything. The second movie could stand alone on its own feet. This one,
Yes.
while I loved it, it doesn't quite stand on its own. You
Yeah.
really do have to see the other ones to understand the context of this one. Understand why Poe and who Poe is and what he's going through. The whole scenario this movie is set around. This movie doesn't stand on its own. So for me, it is a maybe, depending whether or not you've seen the other ones.
Yes. I agree.
All
Okay.
right,
Let's get into
dude,
spoilers.
dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so excited. I love this. Okay, so I gotta get this out of the way. My favorite character. I
Mhm.
loved Zen.
Really?
At first, I thought she was annoying and just stupid.
Yeah.
At first, but then it was like she's actually growing on me. And then by the end of it, I'm like, you know what? I actually love this character.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, did you like her? I don't know how you felt about her,
I
but I
did.
loved her
No,
character.
no, no, no. Like I said earlier, I liked her, and I was a little worried going in. She was just like you said. Like in the beginning, I was like, okay, she's just gonna be like saying annoying jokes this entire time and like trying to put Poe down and stuff and make him like kind of seem like, oh, she's just as powerful and she's just as good and stuff. But then like when he beat her and put her in jail, I was like, oh, okay, never mind. This is cool. And
Okay,
then them
so
teaming up, you know, like I loved
yeah,
that.
yeah. So okay, major. We already said spoilers. So if you're here, you're stupid for continuing to listen. But major spoilers for what I'm about to say next. What do you feel about the twist? How she
Oh, okay.
was her apprentice.
Yes. I felt kind of like, why didn't I put that together? I
Yeah.
kind
Okay.
of felt like Poe. I was like, man, how did I
Yeah.
not see that coming? Yeah.
They did. They did it. They did a good job. I just thought that she was an urchin that was like just sick of like this sorceress lady taking over the business basically.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't put it together that she was actually her apprentice. And she even in the movie, Poe, like she talks about how, oh, I got taken in by somebody too. She never elaborates on it.
Yeah.
They just gloss
I
over
thought
that
it was
really
the
quick.
little I thought it was the armadillo guy and they just had like a
Yeah.
falling out or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which by
yeah.
the way, that armadillo guy
I love the
was
armadillo guy.
he was played by the voice of Short Round and the guy from Loki. He's I forget his name in Loki. Ouroboros.
Ouroboros, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I love that he's getting more work, dude. Because like he was only in Short Round, or he was only in Indiana Jones and the Goonies for so long, and then he was in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and now he's just in a ton of movies, and I love that. I love that for
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I gotta
um,
look at my notes here while you're talking.
one thing I will say, I liked seeing Tai Lung actually back. Like when the chameleon brings back Tai Lung from the spirit world, I was like, And he like kind of respects Poe at the end after Poe beats the
Okay,
chameleon. I was
okay.
like,
Yes, 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 yes. Okay. I
okay.
have a few different thoughts on that. So the three
Yeah.
movies before this movie, we had Tai Lung, you had Shen, and then you had Kai, right?
Hmm.
So I get Tai Lung bowing to Poe at the end. So at
Yeah.
the end, everybody bows to Poe in respect of him being the Dragon Warrior. I get Tai Lung doing it because he sees firsthand that Poe is the Dragon Warrior, and that was his whole shtick. That I'm
Hmm.
supposed to be the Dragon Warrior. Oh, he's Dragon Warrior. Clear proof. Okay, I can't deny this. He accepts it. I
Yes.
get that. Even Kai. Kai can kind of go either way, but I can see Kai accepting it too.
Hmm.
Because Kai's like, I was defeated by the Dragon Warrior. I tried to steal his power and it was too much for me. I respect power because that's who I am. I'm a warrior. I can see him respecting Poe.
Yes.
But Shen.
No.
Shen
And
does not like Kung Fu. He actively tried to destroy it.
yeah.
So why in the world would he ever bow to Poe?
Did he bow though? Because I
Did
was
he?
I was watching him and I didn't see him bow. And that like I specifically looked for that because I was thinking the same thing you were in your head. Like I was like, he wouldn't care. Like he'd just be like,
Yeah.
why am I here? Like you beat me, like
Yeah.
whatever, I just want to go back. He would not care. And
Yeah,
so
he
I
wasn't
watched
about
him
fighting. He was about
and it
guns. It's
I
about
you don't see him bow, I don't think. I could be
okay.
wrong, but I was looking at it and I didn't see him bow.
Well, I feel like it'd been better if he like even just a half second he just like scoffs or something.
Yeah.
Just anything just to acknowledge that he was like really, you know,
Yeah.
it just felt out of place that they didn't even acknowledge him.
Yeah.
And that was a bit strange to me. But the other two I thought was okay. That's the only one I have kind of a problem with.
Yeah. What do you feel about Zen being the new Dragon Warrior in training?
I'm fine with that. I mean, Poe
I am
was
too.
like a noodle, like he wasn't a kung fu master. Zen at least has like skills. She was
Yes.
trained. So she has some background there. And
Yeah.
you might say like, oh, she learned to fight so fast, she this and all that. I'm like, yeah, but she already knew how to fight. And you could say
Yeah. Yeah.
even Poe, you wouldn't really say he is like the top martial artist. There's plenty of times where he gets knocked on his butt.
Yeah.
But that's not what being the Dragon Warrior is about.
Yeah.
I think it kind of establishes that. I'm fine with her being the next Dragon Warrior. I'm
I am too.
perfectly fine with that. I think she'd be a great one.
Yeah. So I'm ready to rate it if you are. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? Because I want to know what you'd give this.
I'm looking through my notes here. Um, okay. One thing I do want to touch is the characters. It feels like this movie specifically, the characters themselves were a lot more developed.
Hmm.
Like Poe felt a lot more rounded, but to be fair, we had 3 movies to learn Poe. As far as new characters like Zen, um, she didn't feel as shallow.
Yeah.
Like we got several spectrum of emotion understanding from her. It wasn't like, one off. Here's her archetype. It actually felt like they actually put character development. I think that's where this movie shines in its character development because that's what it's about. It's about Zen.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is about Zen. And when a movie is based about a character, they have to have good character. So
Yeah.
that was like this movie felt like they have really good character development in it. Yeah, that's what I have here. That's about it. We kind of touched upon the other stuff I want to touch upon. All right, dude. So, we rating this?
Yes.
Okay. You go first.
Okay. My ranking. This one would be the lowest for me.
Out of all the 4,
Out of all
really?
four, this was my least favorite. It was. I will say. There's something about the first
Eh.
one still hits me. The second one's
Oh yeah.
fantastic. That's the best. And then the third one surprised the heck out of me. Like I went so long without seeing that and I loved it. I thought the
See,
third
to
one was
me,
great.
the third one is the weakest
Really?
because it feels like a side story.
Okay. Okay.
It's like, okay, sure, it's important to meet his father, but it's like he doesn't really change. We already knew he was a dragon warrior. He just like
Yeah.
established, like we already knew that. Like you didn't have to like do a whole like
Well, I feel
whatever.
like the arc for that one was him learning to become a good teacher, you know?
But he never did. He didn't become a good teacher until this one.
That's true. That's true.
So
Okay. Well, anyway, my rating is still good. I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10.
okay, okay.
So I think it's the weakest, but it's still good. It's better than. I had a buddy of mine who was like, it's horrible. It's so bad. And I was like,
It's
really?
not.
Like, I saw it got kind of good reviews. Like, let me go see this for myself. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I didn't love it, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So I am gonna put it at a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm glad to see new characters. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen the same characters for 3 movies. So not that I don't like those characters, but I'm glad to see something different.
Yeah.
8 out of 10. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you want not necessarily this series, but this world to just be done with?
No, I want to see a fifth movie.
Yeah, I want to see a 5th movie, but not necessarily Kung Fu Panda, you know? Maybe
Yeah.
like a different part of the world or like a different time period or something.
Hmm.
Because just the whole style of it is so intriguing
Yeah.
that it feels sad to just lose that. And
Yeah.
it's been so developed and understood what it is. It feel really sad to just lose all of that, you know? So I'd really
Yeah.
look forward to just a new story, but in this same world, even if it references back to this, like I said, it feels set like in modern day, but they like talk about, the Dragon Warrior of ancient times, like Poe becomes one of the legends, or
Yeah.
something like that. Like that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I would really hate to just lose this world altogether, but I do feel like they need Poe stories done. They need a
Yeah.
whole new story, just set in the same world. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I would enjoy that.
For sure.
All right, so dude,
Yeah.
the next movie that we saw because we watched all these around the same time.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Tell me.
Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire.
Ghostbusters. Okay,
Ghostbusters. Let's talk about
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
We're
But
talking
for
about
now,
Ghostbusters next.
yeah, it's not now. It'll be the next video, which will be tomorrow for you guys. But we're going to talk about it in 5 seconds. So for now, you're just going to have to wait. And I'm sorry, but you're just going to have to go with it.